Okay, as we sit down here with Firebirds Overage defenseman Blake Smith. And Smitty, you're coming to the close of your time in the OHL, your time with the Firebirds. If I give you kind of a overarching question of looking back at your time in the OHL, how do you feel about what you did in this league?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, it's so many fun memories, so many friends made along the way, and it just goes by so fast. It feels like yesterday I just played my first game in this league, and now I'm going to be graduating here soon. It's definitely going to be emotional.
Tell me about that first game. What do you remember from the first time you stepped on OHL ice?
Yeah, I remember it being surreal. It was always a dream of mine to play in the OHL and to do that for my hometown team in Oshawa. It was an unreal experience. I remember watching them growing up, and I was definitely pretty nervous for that one, but we got through it, and now here we are, almost 250 games later.
Yeah, you mentioned your hometown team. You're from Oshawa, and you get drafted by the Oshawa Generals to start it out. So what was that like when you got drafted in the OHL?
Yeah, I mean, it was super exciting for me. I went in the 7th round, so I waited around a little bit. But seeing my name be called, it was an unreal experience, something I could only dream of, and it was super special to me and my family.
Tell me about, your family, because you come from a big-time hockey family. What influence have your family had on your career to this date?
Yeah, my dad's been a big help for me, my uncles as well. Growing up in the summer, we'd always have hockey camps and they'd be running it, so I credit them a lot to my success. And then just my cousins too, and brother. I've always looked up to him, so hopefully can follow in his footsteps.
Did you ever get to see your uncles or your dad play professionally?
I got to see my Uncle Wayne play professionally. My dad was retired before I was born, and then I think my Uncle Keith, he might have been retired or I was still too young.
Tell me about your time in Flint. So getting traded here, as we've talked about, you're from Oshawa, you were an Oshawa General, and then you get the call that, hey, you've been traded to the Flint Firebirds. What did you think? What expectations did you have, and how did they kind of weigh true or not true?
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting for me. I had heard stuff about Flint, so I was a bit nervous coming in, but then as soon as I got here, all that went away. I love it here. It's been almost 3 years now, and I consider it like a second home to me. My billets have made it super special for me too, so they made it an easier transition, and I just love it down here.
And it's such a really kind of a tough thing also, because you were living at home too, so you hadn't even had a billet, you hadn't had that experience yet, and here you are coming to a full different country. So what have your billets meant to you?
Yeah, they mean so much to me. I mean, I have everything to thank them for. They welcomed me into their home and made me feel special and feel at home, being so far away and not experiencing that before. I'm glad to say they've been my only billets, and it's been an awesome experience.
You're a leader on this team. You wear an A on your sweater. You did so last year also, and you're one of the longest tenured Firebirds with a roster that turned over a little bit before this season. So to be able to take that leadership role, that overager role, that kind of rock on the blue line role this year, has that been an adjustment for you?
I think I've always been a bit of a leader. I try and lead by example. I try and be vocal in the room. Normally I'll be one of the louder guys. So yeah, I mean, it's something I've just always been. But yeah, I definitely push myself to be even better every day and try and include everyone and make sure we're a team and not a bunch of individuals. Which
of your Firebirds teammates do you think had the biggest impact on you and who you are as a player now?
Probably my first year, Riley Piercy. He was an overager that year, and he when I came in, he was great to me. Made me feel at home right away and like one of the guys. So I owe a lot to him, and he's still a great friend to me to this day. We talk every day, so those are the things you cherish for life, and I'll always be great friends with him.
What other memories do you think you'll have that you look back on and remember the most fondly of your time as a Firebird?
Yeah, just times on the road with the guys. I can't really think of anything specific, but just being with the guys, the camaraderie. Like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for these guys. Like, just being with the boys. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's something super special that not everyone gets to experience, a tight group like this.
It's really unique, isn't it? Just the atmosphere in a locker room, and especially a locker room that is tight-knit and gets along as well as your current one does.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I'm going to miss more from just hockey in general. Once I eventually hang the skates up one day, than the guys. It's not going to be the plays I made or how my career went. It's going to be the stuff I did with the players and all my friends.
Taking that into account, of course, because I hear what you're saying, and that's absolutely it's a very common thing to hear. But on the ice, is there any moment playing here in this building at the Dort Financial Center, which of course can get bumping when everyone's in there, that you look back on as, wow, that was a lot of fun?
Yeah, I think even this year, that game we had that comebacks. I'm blanking on what game it was, but that was fun. The atmosphere was insane. And then in playoffs last year, I scored a big goal for us, which I don't do very often. So that was a bit of a surprise to me, but it was unreal. And then we took that game to OT and lost, unfortunately. But I mean, those games are always so fun.
You did start scoring a little bit more here in your OA year, though.
Yeah, I figured something out a bit. Still looking for the 10th, but hopefully we can get it done with a couple games left here.
Yeah, as we sit here today, still with a couple games to play before you turn your attention to the playoffs and what's hopefully a long run. But a lot of people, I'm sure, will want to know, and it's a very kind of unique time to be a graduating OHL player with the changes that happen in NCAA eligibility. But when you turn your attention to what's next, you still weighing options?
Yeah, I'm still weighing my options. Obviously, it's a great rule change for OAs like myself. It gives us another option. So yeah, I mean, hopefully I figure it out here soon. So we'll see. Maybe by the time OA night rolls around, I'll have made my decision. So
yeah, it's of course a massive decision, and you're right to take your time with it.
Yeah, definitely gonna weigh my options and see what's the best fit for me, and continue playing hockey somewhere.
Smitty, whatever you decide to do next, I can speak for this entire Firebird staff that will all be watching from afar and rooting you on. It's been a pleasure having you here for the last couple of years, and all the best to you moving forward.
Thanks, Brian.